So now that we have a new Epic Mickey game coming out, and it looks like we're about to enter a second beginning for the game series, I thought I'd take a look at how it was the first time around. So let's get into what actually happened in Epic Mickey. Also, if you like the video, make sure to subscribe, thanks. Now, our story begins many years ago, before Mickey Mouse was a household icon, but still after Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was forgotten. Which doesn't make sense, since, the only reason Oswald was forgotten was because Mickey became a household name. I guess the Epic Mickey devs didn't think that far, huh? But anyway, an unknown Mickey Mouse is snoozing when a mischievous mirror lures him out of his bed and opens a doorway to the workshop of one Yen Sid, who is working on the finishing touches of a world for forgotten cartoon characters. He uses a blue paint to colour in the world, then uses some green thinner to clean the paint off his paintbrush. Mickey spies on Yen Sid until the wizard finishes his work and decides to have some much-deserved rest. Once he's gone, Mickey decides to have a go at the whole magic thing and grabs Yen Sid's magic brush. Since Mickey has such a big ego, he decides to make a model of himself using some paint. But the end result is a monster called the Blot. Mickey tries to use some of the thinner to erase the monster before running away. The jug of thinner falls into the world for forgotten tunes, and the Blot follows, leaving Yen Sid and the inhabitants of the world to deal with Mickey's mess. Many years later, Mickey is now a worldwide icon and is sleeping quite happily after a busy day. Then the Blot pulls himself into Mickey's side of the mirror and grabs him. As he pulls him into the world of the forgotten, Mickey manages to grab the magic paintbrush before plunging into the unknown. After Mickey wakes up, he meets the Mad Doctor! The Mad Doctor was only in one cartoon, 1933's The Mad Doctor, and he is now technically public domain since Disney didn't bother renewing the copyright for him. So, he's got that going for him. But in Epic Mickey, the Mad Doctor's tied Mickey down so he can steal his heart. So in the Epic Mickey lore, the famous cartoon characters possess a heart, which they lose if they're forgotten. The only way to get a heart back is to either be re-remembered, or to take one from somebody else. The Mad Doctor goes the easy way out and tries to take Mickey's heart. But he breaks free and scares away the Blot by brandishing the magic paintbrush. The Mad Doctor then makes his grand escape as Oswald, who's been spying on the Doc, tries to deactivate the machine, but just breaks it, and he also makes his grand escape, leaving Mickey as the only target for the machine. But then we meet Gremlin Gus. Gus is our guide throughout this world, and he teaches us how to use our magic paintbrush, what different things are, and is basically just a walking talking exposition device with a British accent. He teaches us how to use our spin attack to shut down the machine, and then introduces us to the pin collectibles, and we run down a corridor as we learn how to use paint and thinner. We then encounter some Lotlings, who are minions of the Blot, who'll do whatever they can to take Mickey down. Now Mickey has two options. He can paint in the Blotlings and make them his friends, or he can thin them out and kill them. The choice is his. And then once Mickey opens this gate out of Dark Beauty Castle, he comes across a projector screen, which is used by the inhabitants of Wasteland to go from place to place. Him and Gus use it to go to Gremlin Village, which is inhabited by, you guessed it, Gremlins. Gremlins are the creation of Roald Dahl, who is most well known for his other children's books such as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, and the BFG, just to name a few. In the 1940s, Dahl created a story called The Gremlins, which took place during World War II. The original idea was for a film to be made by the Walt Disney Studios, and it actually got pretty far in production, with complete character designs, and there are even some advertisements featuring the Gremlins. The film was cancelled, apparently due to the huge amount of war films that were already being produced, since the Gremlins movie also took place during World War II. The book was published, but the Gremlins are pretty forgotten in the whole scheme of things. In Epic Mickey, the Gremlins are the mechanics of Wasteland, and several of them have been trapped by various enemies and can be freed in various levels. And now we make it through Slalom, the boat ride, and the world of Gremlins, before we make it to our first boss fight, the Clock Tower, who's been driven insane by the constant playing of It's a Small World. You can either paint in his arms or thin them out, but according to the Epic Mickey canon, Mickey kills the Clock Tower before making his way to Mean Street. After we make our way through Main Street, meeting Gremlin Marcus, who manages the projectors, and a forgotten version of Horse Color, and through Hoztown, where we meet Clarabelle Cow, a bodiless animatronic Goofy, and Gremlin Prescott, and head up to Mickey Junk Mountain, where we finally come face to face with Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who can help Mickey get back home. Oswald doesn't like Mickey much with the whole, you replaced me thing, but begrudgingly agrees to help Mickey get home in the moon-landing rocket, with absolutely no ulterior motive. So they head to Tomorrow City. Throughout Tomorrow City, the parts of animatronic Goofy are hidden around. So of course Mickey has to get those before he meets back up with Oswald. But wait, there's more! The Mad Doctor is taking the parts of the Moonliner rocket, and now Mickey has to go to Adventureland and Bug Easy to get them. But first he has to fight Petetronic in Tomorrow City, an animatronic version of many different Petes throughout Wasteland. We can also choose to befriend or destroy him, but Mickey chooses to redeem Petetronic, and they get their first rocket part. Next they make their way to Adventureland, where they meet animatronic Daisy, find her parts, and head to the Jolly Roger to find Captain Hook and take another rocket part. After we feed him to a crocodile, then we head over to Bug Easy, and you know the drill, we meet animatronic Donald, we find his parts, reunite with the Mad Doctor, who has made himself animatronic so he doesn't die when the blot destroys everyone. But Gus launches him into the stratosphere and we now will have the rocket parts. I'm sure the Mad Doctor will be a total non-issue, definitely won't show up again. Mickey and Gus meet up with Oswald atop Mickey Junk Mountain, where Mickey comes up against the blot. Mickey kills him and they go up to help Oswald. The jug at the top of Mickey Junk Mountain actually contains the blot, and what Mickey just fought is just a very big drip of the real blot. Oswald then sees the error of his ways and asks Mickey for forgiveness for all, being a total douchebag to him for the last however long Mickey was in Wasteland. But it makes Mickey fess up to being responsible for the Thinner disaster. Oswald is furious, since the Thinner disaster basically just destroyed his home and killed several people that he loved, including his girlfriend Hortensia. And then he accidentally breaks the cork in the jug, which sets the blot free. Now the blot is loose, and so in an attempt to defeat him, Oswald, Mickey, and Gus launch a rocket at the blot, which ends up with them crash-landed at Dark Beauty Castle. But then, fireworks! Oswald comes up with the idea of shooting fireworks at the blot, and Mickey goes up and prepares the fireworks on 3 different towers. Oswald and Mickey also have another attempt to make up with each other after Mickey comes back from the 3rd tower, but oh well, Oswald and Gus get grabbed by the blot, and then Mickey does the only thing he can and jumps right into that bad boy, and we end up inside the blot, where Mickey takes down 4 final bloticles and then he retrieves his heart, and Oswald blows up the blot. Mickey is flung upwards to a portal to Jensen's workshop, and Oswald, Gus, and Hortensia, who was turned to stone the last time Oswald tried to imprison the blot, gets flung back down to Mean Street. The blot exploding also covers Wasteland in paint, leaving it fully restored to how it was before the Thinner disaster, and all is well in Wasteland. Mickey and Oswald are friends, and Wasteland is safe. At least for now. Hi guys, I'm back, yes. I know this is a kind of a basic video compared to the other ones I've been doing, but it's really hard to keep coming up with different ideas for epic Mickey YouTube videos. If you got any suggestions, put them down in the comments. And yeah, I'll be back next week with more epic Mickey content, and I will see you guys next video.